everyone, I know we're all eagerly awaiting the return of some FPL action after the long-lasting international break. This FPL Crypto 6 Picks contest is back for Game Week 9, and you now have until the Game Week deadline on Saturday to enter the contest for free for a chance to win one of our Game Week prizes. You enter through YouTube, Twitter or Facebook. For those of you who haven't competed before, there is a link to the rules and gameplay video down there in the description on YouTube. You can watch after this so that your entry is correct. As you can see on the screen, the 6 categories are Premium, Differential, Budget Defense, Budget Offense, Gut Feeling and Captaincy Choice. So basically, it's a game week by game week contest where you choose who you think will be the highest scoring FPL player in each of those categories. The only rule that matters across them all is that you can't pick more than one player per club team. So the prizes for the winner are as follows. They're the same every game week. 1 month's premium access to FoomniAnalytics.com and all their fantastic suite of features to help with those key FPL decisions such as transfers, and anyone who scores over 65 points will be awarded with $10 worth of Bitcoin. So 2 great prizes every game week, no entry fee asked of you. All I ask is for you guys, if you enjoy playing and watching these vids, to subscribe, like and share the vids to help the contest grow and the channel grow also. Really appreciate everything so far. A massive thanks to all of you subscribers. I'm really loving the level of engagement interaction this season. It makes it so much more rewarding for me, more than ever this season. Okay, let's go straight into this week's picks. So we didn't have a competition last game week, so there is no winner to announce as such. The way this operates is I list out 3 of my shortlisted players in each category, after which I kind of announce my pick, the player that I'm going with to enter into the contest this game week. The premium pick is the first category. So in this category, you can choose a goalkeeper or a defender costing 5.5 or more. Or if you opt for a midfielder or forward, they have to cost over 8 million in FPL terms. So my shortlist for game week 9, no doubting, Sergio Aguero is on there, 12.2 million. Harry Kane at 10.9 million. And finally, I have Jamie Vardy at 9 million. So with Aguero starting off, City will be looking to really bounce back after that shock home defeat to Wolves. There is a little bit of an injury concern with Aguero. He withdrew from the Argentinian squad because of some sort of small injury scare. He did have a car crash. He was involved in some sort of minor collision too a couple of days ago, but apparently he didn't have to receive any medical treatment after that. So he seems to be clear to play. A little bit of shroud of doubt over him, his availability, but he should be in contention versus Palace away. Kane then dropped in price to 10.9 million over the course of the last 2 weeks, because Spurs really need to sort themselves out, and Harry Kane needs to kind of step up and be a leader in the next few games to pull them out of that rut that they've seemed to fallen into. Watford at home on paper should be a win for Spurs, but you don't really know on current form. Vardy then, still really low ownership for Jamie Vardy, which is surprising. He's only owned by 10.5% of managers, so bit of a differential there. He's got 6 attacking returns for so far this season, and with a little bit of doubt over Aguero and his availability, and also at Harry Kane and Spurs' form, I'm going to opt with Vardy as my pick this week. He's only 9 million, and he is a captaincy option at that price with the great fixture run ahead for Leicester. So they start off with Burnley at home in game week 9, and there's a lot of green FDR fixtures on the horizon for Leicester, so hopefully Vardy can do the business. He's my premium pick for game week 9. The next category is the differential pick. So in this category, you have to choose a player whose official FPL ownership is under 10%. So the TSB, team selected by, has to be under 10% on the official Fantasy Premier League website at time of entry. So at my time of entry, my shortlist, the 3 players that I'm putting forward for the differential category are Nicolas Pepe of Arsenal. His ownership is currently 3.4%. Willy Boley, 5 million, 6% ownership. And Wesley, striker for Aston Villa, 6 million. I think he's 6.1 actually now, 2.7% ownership. So all very lowly owned players. Start off with Pepe then. He makes the shortlist. There's still no explosion in ownership as he has yet to really hit his stride this season. I do think he's a bit of a ticking time bomb, and Arsenal have a decent run of games ahead now, so this might be his time to kind of launch into FPL point scoring mode. Willy Bowley then at 5 million. He's a beast of a defender. Wolves now 2 clean sheets on the trot. Bowley rakes in the bonus points when those clean sheets seem to come in. He is immune to rotation and a bit of a menace during set pieces and corners, so has the odd goal in his locker. I think he scored one in the Europa League too recently, so definitely a goal threat. Wesley then is coming off a great performance in game week 8. A big haul for Villa, for the Villa striker. 14 points, and he missed a penalty too, so it could have been 17 points, which would have seen him as the out-and-out top scorer in FPL in game week 8. Could have been more, as I said. Brighton at home next before tough games against City and Liverpool. Maybe not one to consider, Wesley, for those FPL teams because of this, but definitely a worthwhile inclusion in the shortlist for the 6 picks in game week 9. So, all in all, I'm going to go with Pepe this week. A solitary assist for him last week, but get ready for some big returns soon once the floodgates open and he hits some form. I do find it hard to trust anyone in this Arsenal side other than Aubameyang right now. Because of their defensive struggles, they're struggling to keep any clean sheets, and there is rotation there too. Emery seems to like to just kind of, I don't know, make some weird decisions when he chooses his midfield especially. But I'm going to take a punt on Pepe. He seems to be a favourite in every game. He does start, and I feel like he's going to come good for the Gunners soon. So differential pick is a bit of a punt this week. I'm going with Nicolas Pepe of Arsenal. Budget defence pick. In this category, we are choosing a goalkeeper or a defender that costs less than 5.5 million. So they can't cost 5.5 million. They have to be less than 5.5 million at time of entry. My shortlist for this week is Fikayo Tomori and Kieran Tierney at 5.4 million just sneaks in, and Gazzaniga 4.4 million. Now that there is a little bit of trouble with Lloris, I think Gazzaniga is worthy of a mention in the shortlist this week. So Tomori then 4.7 million, still owned by only 6%. He has nailed his spot in this Chelsea team, no doubt about it, and it's all about the price here, 4.7 million. The obvious problem with Chelsea, along with other like top 6 sides like Arsenal, is the lack of clean sheets from defenders. Tomori does offer a lot going forward with a goal already to his name, so at 4.7 million he is a gem if he keeps his place for a top 6 side. Definitely to be considered in my book. Tierney then 5.4 million, 0.8% ownership. It looks like he is about to start his first game for Arsenal, so Arsenal fans will be excited by that prospect. Again, clean sheets an issue for Arsenal, as I've mentioned already, but word out there amongst Celtic fans from last year and other general fans of football is that Kieran Tierney is better than Andy Robertson going forward and offers a lot of creativity, and definitely will be in amongst the assists this season. So I haven't seen him play live myself yet. Maybe it's a wait and see there. One to add to the watch list for sure, Kieran Tierney. Gazzaniga then at 4.4 million. Terrible injury to Lloris last game week after that mistake that he made against Brighton. I think he's out for a few months at least till after Christmas anyway with that arm injury. This paves the way though for a 4.4 million keeper option. A possible replacement for any of you Adrian owners out there with the return of Alisson. He's expected to start again after his long absence. So Gazzaniga is definitely worth a mention, and a good price point too to do a direct switch for all you Adrian owners. This week I am going to pick Tomori as my budget defense pick. Newcastle at home for him, which is why he takes the pick spot for budget defense, really because of Newcastle's lack of ability to score on the road this season. They've only scored 3 times. And I think it's a favourable fixture for Chelsea. They need to sort out their defence, though. They really are not tight back there. I'm going to have a little punt on to Mori as my budget defence pick for this week. Great price of 4.7 million if any of you guys are looking to downgrade any of those defenders and release some funds in your FPL teams. Right, budget offense pick in this category. Midfielder or a forward can be chosen, and they must cost less than 8 million at time of entry. So my shortlist consists of, no doubt, Callum Wilson, 7.9 million. James Maddison at 7.2 million. And Callum Hudson-Odoi at 5.9 million. So, Mr. Consistent Callum Wilson, 8 attacking returns so far this season, and he is still only 7.9 million. So he definitely just gets into the budget category. Maybe the last time for him. 48 FPL points scored so far. Really, really consistent stuff. Maddison, 7.2 million. Next to Vardy, he is probably the best offensive pick for Leicester, Their fixtures are becoming more favourable, so on free kicks and playing more advanced than ever. Maddison has a few goals to his name too. A great asset to own going forward in my mind. Callum Hudson-Odoi, 5.9 million. This could be a bit of a bargain, so he could be great value for the next few games anyway. He's starting again. If you missed on the Mason Mount bandwagon, his price has skyrocketed recently, so maybe some of you managers cannot afford him. 5.9 million, you cannot go wrong here with Hudson-Odoi. He might be the next bandwagon. He's only returning from injury and has already grabbed 2 assists in his first 2-ish appearances. He only started one of those games. One to watch very, very closely for you FPL managers. In the end, I'm going to have to go with Callum Wilson, though, as my pick. A little bit of a flag on Maddison as I'm recording this, so he's a bit of a doubt. And also Hudson-Odoi, it might be a bit early for him. Wilson, though, is proven over the last 8 game weeks, and this may be the last time he gets a nod in the category. He's due a price rise back up to 8 million, which is ironically where he started the game off. Bournemouth have a nice run of games, starting with Norwich at home in game week 9. Norwich have been poor on the road, creativity-wise and goal-scoring-wise. Callum Wilson has returned at least a goal or an assist in every home match this season so far in FPL. So he is, rightly so, the standout budget option. So he's my budget offense pick for this week. Gut feeling pick then. This is one that I like, the category that I like you guys to kind of go, think outside the box a little bit more and go with some kind of wilder options, unusual picks. Maybe going against the form, maybe against the fixture. My shortlist for this week is Sadio Mane, Nathan Ake and Timu Pukki. So with Mane, David De Gea injury will worry United fans, actually. I don't think Paul Pogba is going to make any appearance either. So Martial's back, so it's a little bit of a bonus. Dave saves will be sorely missed, though, especially against his attacking Liverpool side. So Mane could continue his fine form this season, albeit away to Old Trafford, which is a tough place historically for them to go. Usually tight games in recent seasons. Ake then, 4.9 million, 12.1% ownership. I don't know what it is. Bournemouth do not keep clean sheets, don't get me wrong. So this pick makes little sense. However, I just have a gut feeling that Ake will get an attacking return and maybe a clean sheet if Norwich continue to be terrible away from home. So then Timu Pukki on this list, on the contrary to the Ake pick, because he comes up against him this week. Pukki scored twice for Finland the other day in the internationals. So he has not lost his goal scoring touch at all, even though he's ran a little bit dry in recent weeks for Norwich. 350,000 managers have sold him this week. And that might just be a little premature. Time will tell. In the end, I'm going to go with Mane this week. Sadio Mane is my gut feeling pick. I feel like he might punish United. 7 goals and, more importantly, 3 double-digit hauls for him this season. So a very valid captaincy option Mane has become. Don't be surprised to see one of Mane, Salah or Firmino go nuts at Old Trafford. And because United are really, really poor, and it would take a monumental performance on Sunday to turn things around. Not looking good for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side at the moment, unfortunately. Captaincy pick then. This is one that's going to be split this week, I feel. Okay, in this category, the criteria is you can pick anyone in the game. Obviously, it's only 1 pick per club team, so if you chose the likes of a Man City player in your previous picks, you can't choose Aguero or Sterling for your captaincy. As it turns out, my shortlist this week contains Tammy Abraham, Raheem Sterling, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So 3 very, very valid captaincy options this week. Tammy has a home game against Newcastle. He's now 7.7 million. He's risen 0.7 million since the start of this season, should I say. And he is moving into that must-own, I say in quotation marks, must-own territory in FPL. No one's essential in FPL, but he is becoming, if you're on a wild card and you're not considering him in your team with that fixture run for Chelsea, you'd need to kind of reconsider how you play the game. He's really, really good, really impressive so far this season, and he's starting to become a prolific goal scorer. Raheem Sterling then, I have captain Raheem more than any player this season. So far, he has blanked 3 times for me, and I don't know what it is. I just can't seem to shake him off because of his stellar record from last season. Aubameyang doing the business again this season, but I think Sheffield United at home is going to be a hard one for Arsenal. They have been tight at home, and Arsenal may struggle to run away with it and break them down. Still one of the better options though, Aubameyang this week. For me, I'm going to go with Raheem Sterling again, even though he really hasn't got me anything this season. From my own FPL team, that is. I still have a feeling about him this week. Palace have only conceded 1 goal at home so far this season too, which is really impressive. But I just expect a backlash from City after the last game week defeat at home to Wolves. The last time that Man City lost a game in the Premier League to Norwich, they bounced back the next game week with an 8-0 win against Watford. So I feel like it's something similar might occur. And historically, he's done really well, Sterling. He had, I think, on the reverse fixture last season, Raheem Sterling got 2 goals and 15 FPL points away to Palace. So he likes going there. At international level too, Sterling grabbed a couple of goals and assists against Bulgaria in the most recent international friendly. So he's definitely a valid captaincy option. There's lots more where that came from. You might want to go with a Salah or a Mane option too, because of how abysmal Man United are. Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, I could not argue with those as captaincy options also for this game week because of how poor Watford have been. I never condone anyone going for a differential captaincy choice. This may be the week to go away from the obvious, to steer away from the obvious, because there's not going to be a great majority on one particular captaincy. For me, I'm going to go with Sterling. I feel like he just has that high points potential. He has a hat-trick in his bag, and he gets that extra point being a midfielder as opposed to a striker for a goal. So a lot going for him. I just hope he nails it this week and gets something going for my FPL team and my FPL 6 picks contest score. Okay, great. Here's a summary of my picks for this week. The contest is now open, so you guys are free to comment below and stick in your own entry. I confirm all the entries individually. Please be patient with me. I don't always get to do it as early as I can. I do it at the end of every day, so I work 9 to 5. When I get home from work, I look at my YouTube channel and I pull out all the comments. Similarly on Twitter, I look at all the tweets with the entries and I put them all into a spreadsheet. It's all copy and paste, so it's a lot of manual labor involved, but I'm happy to do it because I really enjoy it. So this week, I wish you all the best of luck. Lots of great options out there. A lot of fixture swings. I have another video that I make every week, which is to do with my own personal FPL team. I'll stick a link right here so you can click on it and check out what my transfers are for this week. Good luck to everyone in game week 9. May your arrows be green. Take care, guys.